Hello, everybody. This is your boy Luther, coming to you with episode 5 of the Nerd Outlet podcast. Joining me is Gabe,
Hey guys, thanks for having me back.
Nathan, and Greg.
Is that a rooster?
There's a little baby wolf.
All right, whatever.
It's
I was listening to the No Man's Sky episode of was it Podcast Beyond last week, and it was Mike Scoville said it was the number one wolf podcast.
Yeah, the
at
wolf
IGN.
podcast.
And they kept wolf.
What's up,
A
nerds?
young D Wolf.
We also have somebody else. Or did you already say Greg's name?
I did say Greg.
He
yeah.
did.
Did he? Okay, my bad. I was too busy talking about them wolves.
Ruff, ruff.
Wolf, 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 wolf.
I like cats. I think cats are a better animal than canines.
Do you really? Why?
Yeah, I fuck with felines.
Why?
Dude, I like
'Cause
them
they're more-
both.
They're more agile. They have more, they're just more vicious, man. Like, have you ever looked at like an actual feline, like a lion or / tiger or a liger, and they compare it to like a wolf?
See,
It's
I don't
like
really,
twice the size of it.
I don't really trust cats. They're too sneaky.
I get that, but that's what makes them badass. Like wolves, you see what they are from the beginning. There's no mystery to wolves.
I don't know.
I mean,
I like.
I like them both, but
character.
I prefer a dog, honestly.
I mean, if we're talking about like domesticated animals, then yeah, I fuck with dogs. But like,
about
in the
Oh, you're
those-
talking
jungle-
about like wild
yeah,
animals?
wild animals.
Oh,
I'm
then
talking about-
yeah, feline will
That's
fuck
what I'm-
the shit up out of any canine.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
What about those giant mastiff dogs?
Oh.
Have you seen those?
Fucking. Oh yeah, I know. Those things.
No,
Oh,
yeah, those things are crazy.
yeah,
The
but
big
But
and fluffy.
big and fluffy.
Super cute. They're like Arcanine.
They do. They
Fuck
do.
with Arcanine.
Yo, he's dope. I like.
He has a second variation in Pokemon Sun and Moon. Speaking of,
What does he shoot out now?
the same water
Rocks?
type.
Oh, is he ice now?
No water.
Wait, he's
Dude.
a water type now?
Yeah, I'm getting so hyped for that game. By the way,
Or they just extend his neck and make him a dragon?
they actually extended his tail.
Clack, clack, clack.
It says that he eats
Shots
dragon
fired.
fruit.
Fuck that. The fact that they're just like, oh, let's just rehash everything that's good about Pokemon instead of making good new ones. Whew.
I'm telling you,
Saw
dude,
those
the
new
reboot.
ones. Hot garbage. Hot garbage, man.
What are you talking about? No, they're not.
Sandshrews the only one I've liked so far. from
Yeah,
seeing all,
honestly, yeah. Just give me a reboot.
That's what they're planning on.
Just give me a reboot after seeing these shitty things. Like they're like, we have no more ideas left. Yeah, let's just reboot it and it's kind of rehash and kind of remake what a Charizard's gonna be.
Dude, honestly, I would say scrap Sun and Moon and go hire the people who made Pokemon Uranium.
True.
Oh, dude,
That is
straight
the
up.
coolest looking
True.
Pokemon related thing I've ever seen.
Well, I mean,
in
the rumor
last,
is that the
7
NX is
years.
dropping with a new Pokemon game.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, that's the
I thought it was
rumor.
supposed to be like Stadium-esque though.
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Like they're never gonna make
I don't
like
know.
what we get on the 3D or the 3DS unless.
Well,
unless,
isn't it like the
unless
NX a handheld and a console?
If that's true,
So
that
it
could
makes
be
sense.
that could be. It could be something that they've been having made in development. Hopefully,
Yeah.
I hope so.
Talking about Stadium though, did anyone ever play Pokemon Coliseum on the GameCube?
Yes.
Yes.
What is that one like? Because I never played that one.
Just like Stadium.
I was about to say it's just a better
Yeah.
graphic.
So if you have like an open world kind of story thing,
But here's the thing,
never
like you
played
can't
that.
you can catch wild Pokemon, but it's like in one area and you gotta set out bait. And
oh,
then
so you're still not training them? They're all like level 50 and that's it.
no. It's a whole different. It's like a little mini story.
yeah, it
Oh,
had
right.
its own story.
You're still walking around, but you can't walk in the grass and battle Pokemon and train them. So the only way you can level up Pokemon is through like fighting NPCs and shit.
Oh wait, so you can level them up now?
Yeah, and they're extremely underpowered. It sucks.
Yeah, I mean, like
It's not a
it's
good
kinda
game.
Like,
I don't know what
it's,
to
it's
say.
half baked.
It's not a good game.
basically half baked.
I don't know what to say.
That's
then.
why you don't really like play with it. You just stick to the good ones. Stick to the good ones, man.
Yeah.
Damn.
And fuck Espeon and Umbreon.
See, the only Pokemon game I'm hoping they come out with a sequel to is Pokemon Snap. I want to take pictures of Pikachu again.
Dude, that's
I'm
pretty
not
much
paying
Pokemon
money for
Go.
that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my problem.
in VR though.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Okay, if it was in
Oh.
VR, I'd totally be down
Nintendo creates a VR headset
for it.
Who knows? Who knows
because
what
they just
have
have,
like
for that.
20
they have to
bucks.
create like
It's
a
20
hardware for
bucks.
everything, so it doesn't even matter if they're going further into debt and becoming
They're not in
bankrupt.
debt.
It's 8-bit.
Bro, they definitely not in debt. They just
Yeah.
sold off the Seattle Manor, their bit to the Mariners, the Seattle Mariners.
Oh,
and
they
the-
sold their team.
Yeah.
See, I didn't even know
No, their
that.
major stake. They still own some of it, I think, but they just acquired like
I don't
think
understand why they
600
ever
million
bought
from
that.
it. Dude, it was just a lost cause, and they're not really helping them in any way.
I mean, what are they doing?
Who knows, man?
Why would Japanese men, grown Japanese men, buy a baseball team?
I don't know. But I'll
Hey,
say
Japanese
this,
people
though,
are really
like, they
into
still
baseball,
aren't
though.
in debt, though.
Yeah.
They still have a shit ton of money.
Don't they have like a certain amount of money? Like even if the company went under, like they'd be fine.
I want to say they
I
do
think
have
so, dude.
something in place to where like they never will go into debt, just for the fact that like they'll shut down Nintendo before that even happens.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing.
No, yeah.
So hopefully they don't go into debt. That would suck.
I know
they still
they're-
make good games.
I think Nintendo will always be around.
In
I
some
don't know.
way,
I mean,
form.
yeah,
I say in
some
the next,
way-
I say-
Cons-
Console wise,
Dude,
maybe
I
not.
honestly
But
feel like if NX doesn't make any sound, like they're just gonna go to publishing.
oh yeah,
Which it hurts me to say, but I hope that happens.
Oh,
Oh, I've been
I want
wanting that to
Mario Kart
happen
on my
since
PS4,
ever.
bro.
Pokemon on
Yeah,
Vita.
straight
That's what I'm
up.
saying. I don't want the creators of these amazing games to be hindered by inferior technology, you know? And like they're like, well, this is where the art comes out. I'm like, no, like I just feel like you're constricting them. Like they're 5-6 years behind everybody else.
Yep.
When it comes to just anything, when it comes to technology,
But I mean, that's been their motto though since they first started making
5
like-
steps behind.
No, I mean not 5 steps behind, but just making a cheaper product always.
Yeah, wasn't the NES like?
Not even before NES. I found out that that's been their motto since when they started like making toys, was make your toys with the cheapest material possible.
It worked though.
No, yeah,
It worked.
because they've always wanted to just like straight up break even from the beginning.
Yeah, because the Game Boy was like super underpowered compared to like the handhelds at the time.
No, yeah.
They just had the games.
Yeah, that's what it is. If you have the games
It's
for it, it
getting,
will
it's
sell.
getting to the point though to where what was different between the Game Boy and all the other ones, other than it being inferior. Like, what game mechanic was it? Like, the thing is, like, the Wii U has this tablet. And it's just like these gimmicky things.
Yeah.
Like, the Wii was motion controlled, all that type of stuff.
I think that's where it
And
started. With
and if NX is what it is, it sounds like it might be. I don't want to say it's going to be gimmicky, but it could be gimmicky.
Dude, I just can't wait to find out what the fuck the NX is. Because I want to know if... I mean, it's pretty much confirmed that it's half home console,
I just want to
half...
know what it's going to be called. I want to see what it is, and I just want to see how much power is in it.
Yeah, I want to know what's capable of.
Because there's earlier rumors that it was going to be much more
Nintendo
powerful
Handy Book.
than the PS4 and the Xbox One. And then
See, I heard
now,
those
now I'm
rumors.
hearing rumors that it's going to be equivalent to what the Xbox One and PS4 are now. And
Mhm.
we all know that, of course,
Neo.
Project Neo's probably coming out soon, and then Project Scorpio is coming out next year.
Oh, no, dude. I don't even think Neo's coming out anymore. I think it's coming out at the same time as Scorpio.
It might. That's what
After all the leaked PlayStation Slim, PS4 Slim
I
stuff.
think the Slim's going to be out the thing that's coming out this year, but I
Yeah.
think they're going to be announcing Neo
Yeah.
as well. Even though was it Andrew House did come out and say that it's kind of weird to announce a product and not have it come out very shortly after that. But
Which
I
might mean they
but
might
it's
not even
almost-
talk
but
about
it
Neo
sucks
then.
though, but it's like they're almost like forced to now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They almost have to be forced to show the Neo like a year in advance.
Did you guys also hear, too, that with the PS4 Slim comes a redesigned DualShock 4?
Really, I did not.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
heard. It's
What's
like,
really
it's
exciting
about it?
slightly different, isn't it? Or is it really different?
I mean, the only noticeable... I mean, I haven't seen any of, like, the blueprints going around, but the only thing noticeable that I've heard is that there isn't a light bar anymore. The light bar is integrated with the touchpad.
Did they fix the thumbsticks?
That's what I'm saying is I haven't looked at the
Okay,
specs,
but-
so I don't know.
Okay,
the only
okay.
thing
How is it integrated into the touchpad?
I don't know, but that's the rumor.
How-
going
It's
well,
on.
how is it
lit
gonna
under it,
Yeah, that's,
okay.
that it like it has
so
like,
like you
a
can
light
see a
trim.
ring of light around the
that's
touchpad.
worse. Don't you
Because
think?
it's facing you.
I
Yeah.
want-
That's going
It's
to be
worse.
illuminating into your eyes.
yeah.
I want to say though that
It might be just
I
in
mean,
the front area.
it might be worse, like what you guys are saying, like you know how everybody's complaint was the light bar reflected off the TV.
Yeah.
I mean, this one will probably still do that thing where it's reflected into your eyes, but I heard it's better for the battery though when they do it this way because it's using some sort of LED that's already normally built into the controller.
Here, I have a shocker for you. I have a shocker.
Shocker.
Why don't you give me
The best Spider-Man
you
villain.
know,
Absolutely.
Spider-Man.
a
game?
I love
shock.
soccer, dude.
to you guys? Why don't we just put a feature in to where we can turn off the light bar when we're not using it?
Hey.
I mean, hey, if it's
Wow.
built into the
Revolutionary.
touchpad, it'll probably be something that you can turn it off.
I hope it's kind of like what the Xbox does, because the Xbox Lite on the Xbox One controller kind of lights up,
Oh yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
not super bright. It's just like dim enough.
That's
to,
what I
like,
think is gonna happen
I
with it
hope
now.
it's like that.
Yeah. In all honesty, the light bar never bothered me. I turned it down to low, like
Oh,
on
yeah.
dim, super dim, and I
Yeah,
don't
but
care.
that battery is just horrid.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
guess
Oh no,
so.
the battery is pretty bad. Don't get me wrong.
Bro, like I have
3
yeah,
hours
I've
or
had
less.
I've had the same AA batteries in my Xbox One controller for the past like month and a half, 2 months.
swag.
I haven't, and I've played a good bit of Halo in it.
Yeah.
But like, I
Halo
mean,
swag.
dude, it's like every week I'm charging that DualShock at least twice.
Yeah.
Because I think
I just
sucks.
switch off. With
Well, and
two
then
controllers.
also too, this more and more you recharge that battery, the shittier that
It gets
that
weaker.
battery
Yeah.
gets. That's my only problem with like I wish
internal
I
batteries.
wish internal batteries are a fucking joke. Like especially with something like that. That battery, like the battery in your phone, like you're gonna see diminishing. Like it's gonna be your battery's gonna die a lot quicker. 2 years at the end of your plan. But it's not gonna be something I think unless the battery's fucked up. If it's a regular battery, it's not gonna hurt you that much. But
Unless it's an old Nokia phone.
well, yeah.
Hey.
But I'm saying,
Lasts
like,
forever.
your standard phones now, like the battery is not going to be too much worse than it was 2 years ago. But like the lithium batteries they put in these controllers are cheap.
Yeah.
And
No, yeah, which is weird too because honestly, when I had a PS3, that controller, those things used to last forever.
well, I
A
think
week,
it's-
dude.
Wait, the PS3 controllers?
Yeah, it used to last me almost a week.
It lasts me about
That's-
2 weeks. I
that's
have
weird.
to charge it about twice a month.
Wait, are you saying that's a good thing or?
No, that's like a good thing compared to
Oh,
the
dude,
I'll take
PS4.
a
Oh no, yeah, to the
Bro, a week is like
More than a couple
hallelujah,
hours.
son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, because I mean, like, that'd be so many times, where, and especially because I use Bluetooth now with my headphones, and I don't want to plug. I don't have two USBs to charge stuff if I'm using the dongle for my headset.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta, if both of them are going down at the same time, what do? I'm gonna have to plug that thing in,
Read
and
a
then
book.
charge the. Do what?
Go outside.
Yeah, go outside, read a book.
Oh yeah, I usually play most of my games now late at night with like Luther if we're playing Destiny or something like that.
Yeah.
So
Play
I'm not really
Pokemon
playing
Go.
during the day. But I did start playing Bioshock again because my philosophy class got me into like Ayn Rand mode, and then I started looking at stuff, and I started playing Barrel Itsy like right after I sent you that video.
You're not waiting for. Oh, you're playing Infinite.
I don't want to touch Bioshock
Okay,
until
yeah, I thought you were
I think
waiting
it's like
for that.
2 weeks from now.
Yeah.
I want to say it's September 7th.
Yep.
I'm crossing my fingers and hoping the update for the PC is just going to fix the mouse and keyboard problems for one. That's literally all I care about.
Mhm.
I don't care if it looks better, but I know it will. But I mean, that's all I'm waiting for.
I can't wait to play through one and then play Burial at Sea, both the DLCs for.
That's
Dude,
what I can't
still
wait for is
dude,
Burial at
those,
Sea.
Yeah.
Dude, Burial at Sea is good, but I implore all you guys to play Minerva's Den. Minerva's Den is like I'm loving Burial at Sea. Like on my second playthrough, I still think Minerva's Den's a better story.
I'll
'Cause it
take
just
a
tells a
hard
different
pass on
story.
Minerva's Den.
It's
But
really good.
you could also disagree with me because it depends on how much you love Booker and how much you love Elizabeth. Because I do think they intertwine. I think that I love the ending of Burial at Sea, and I'd say it's almost as good as Infinite's, but the gameplay is much better in Bioshock 2's Minerva's Den, and it's just the difference between episode 1 and 2 is pretty jarring when it comes to Burial at Sea. Has anybody else finished Burial at Sea?
Nope.
Only ever
You-
finished the first
no?
episode.
No.
Okay, so the first episode's really like it's good.
It's the same thing as
It's
like
good.
Infinite.
Yeah, but like 2's completely different, and it's very jarring. And I like it, but
It's more stealth oriented, right?
yeah, but it is. I'm about to finish episode 1 because it's kind of short. But I just remember playing episode 2 and I was like, oh, this is a completely different game. Like ammo was scarce in episode 1, but it's never become a problem. But like, dude, ammo is like you just don't want to use ammo almost unless you need to. When it comes to episode 2, it's a lot of stealth, and then Elizabeth's health is like half of what Booker's is. So when you're
She's
playing
a tiny
her-
little girl.
yeah. So, but no, it's just like a very jarring thing, and like depends on who you are. But like if you're playing them back to back, it is kind of jarring because that's what I did when episode 2 came out because there was that large gap between the episodes.
Yeah.
It took them like
The main
half a
reason
year.
why I never played episode 2.
Me too.
Took them like half a year.
I just
and then
didn't bother buying the first episode because I knew, like, I wanted to play the whole thing together.
Yep.
And I
So
knew
what
it
I
was
did,
going to
yeah,
take forever for
It
it
was
to
like
come out.
the day before it came out, I played episode 1 again, and then when episode 2 came out, I played the next, and I was like, this is just very, jarring. But dude, Minerva's Den tells a story that I think is, and it's made by Fulbright Studios, or Fulbright Games, the guys that made Gone Home. So I mean, like,
Haven't played Gone Home yet.
I mean, it's good.
I don't play that game. It's about lesbians.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Damn.
See, I knew.
Just spoilers, just throwing spoilers.
It's just
out.
like I'm not playing that game.
See, I knew it was a gay couple, but that's just because I listen to a lot of podcasts.
Lesbian scene.
Oh, okay.
They talk about scissoring.
There's
Nah.
no scene.
Okay.
There's no
never seen it like
scissoring.
There's no scene, but they talk about it. It's one of the notes.
But I mean, I heard it's like you don't find out till like the end, and like it's one of those things that
It's
honestly
the-
doesn't even matter.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Okay.
Because by then you're so enthralled in the characters. You're like, I don't care if you're a lesbian or not. I still accept you for who you are.
that. Or I'm just like,
even if you're
good for you, man.
even if you're slaying Muff,
I mean, y'all can slay them up together.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah, so it doesn't
I
matter.
fuck with that though.
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
Cool.
Well, okay.
If Gabe like ran for some kind of office, that would be his slogan: "Slay Muff together."
Who doesn't like slaying Muff together? Hand in hand.
Together, we can do it.
I have nothing to say.
You don't wanna. You can hold my hand, and well, you got your muff over here, my muff right here, and just slaying it.
You wouldn't want to put the muffs together?
I mean, if you're into that, I mean, we can talk about it.
Well, what do you mean by... I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know.
You brought it
Anyway,
up.
Yeah,
pick
you
up
asked.
the
You-
Bioshock
yeah.
collection. It's going to be very fun, and the DLC for both 2 and Infinite are worth, I think,
Yeah.
a mission alone.
I'm excited to get it.
Plus, you guys are finally going to see... no, I think Luther did play Infinite on PC. Did you?
Infinite.
Yeah. I could have sworn you did say you actually did play it. Because I think we were
Oh,
talking
I
about...
own it because of a Steam sale, and I
Yes.
played it for a little bit, and I was like, dude, this feels awesome on mouse and keyboard, but I didn't buy it with the season's pass, so I had no interest in playing Infinite again.
I played it again. Because I think it's... I just...
Oh, I
wanted
mean,
to
yeah,
relive
dude,
the
that's your
story.
favorite game. It's,
Yeah,
it's
favorite
like me
game,
who's
yeah.
played all, like, I played through all the Uncharted again when I got the collection, and I've played those games so many times.
It's gonna
it
be
doesn't
me
even matter.
when these updates come out because I'm playing Barrel at Sea. I'm probably gonna beat Infinite by the time September 7th hits, and I'm just gonna replay 1 and 2.
Oh
Even
no!
though I got so many other games I need to play. I'm just like whatever.
See, when I get
I'll
the
play 'em
collection,
when I
I'm
want
gonna
to.
play Infinite and then Burial at Sea, but I'm probably not gonna touch anything else.
Well, I mean, since we're not really doing too much of a video game podcast anymore, I've just become casual. Like I'm just like, dude, I got all these games I need to play
Accepted it.
right now, but guess what? I don't want to play them because guess what? I don't need to talk about video games every week, so I'm just gonna play whatever
Except
the fuck
right
I want.
now, because that's what we're doing.
And I'm just gonna turn on Destiny.
Hey, everyone here has seen. I know I'm a little late to this boat, and by a little late I mean a couple 10 years. Everybody here has seen though No Country for Old Men, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Dude, wouldn't it have been dope if they would have cast my dude who's that bad guy in that movie and in Skyfall
Yeah.
as like a fucking Joker?
Dude, he would have been good, but I feel like his voice is a little
The
too deep.
accent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, his accent?
voice is
Oh,
really deep.
yeah, I keep on forgetting
Um,
accent. But I mean, dude, in No Country for Old Men, dude, that guy is slaying people.
he's crazy. No, and he's definitely crazy.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's the right type of crazy for the Joker.
You didn't like Jared Leto as Joker?
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I
yeah.
haven't seen it either.
But I still don't think like from what I've seen from the Joker and what people have said for this Joker, dude, I just want a comic book Joker. And I feel like we still haven't gotten that yet. Cuz Jack Nicholson's was kind of close, but like a lot of Tim Burton took a lot of reins of that, like
Oh man,
completely changed his backstory. And I feel like that changes the character a little bit too much for me. Gave him a name, hated that.
Wait, hold up.
In
Before
the
you continue,
1989 Batman, is that what you're
what is
saying?
it? What is his name?
It's
Like
Jack something.
It's Jack, you're my number one guy.
Yeah, it's Jack something.
I can't
He
remember.
falls in the vat of acid.
Yeah, he's working for like one of the big.
Like a big mob.
See, because I've
shit.
seen this movie, and by seen this movie, I mean like when I was a child,
Yeah.
like probably when I was
rewatch
like
it.
5
It's like
years old.
Gave him a
watch it.
name instead of using one of like the big mobster families like the Marones and like I think Nolan's universe,
Falcones.
or the Falcones,
Yeah.
and he uses just some random guy.
Huh.
And then instead of Ace Chemicals, it's something else. It changes the name for that.
Acme.
Was it?
Acme Chemicals.
Oh, dude, I wouldn't be shocked if it was fucking Tim Burton. But like, that's where like he fell in the bad acid. Completely changed how he falls in the bad acid. He is the Red Hood, trying to get money in the Killing Joke story, which he relates. Like he said, that was the biggest influence of why Tim Burton wanted to make the Batman movie,
Hmm.
was The Killing Joke.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know. It just you didn't care about the Joker enough because the cool thing about the Joker is he's very mysterious. You don't know who the fuck he is, and I think that's what's awesome about like The Dark Knight. It's like, dude, you don't know anything more than you knew from the get go with the Joker, with Heath Ledger's, because you think you start to figure it out. He starts giving you these tidbits, but then you start figuring out that he's just lying. Like the first time you hear about him getting his scars, is it his?
I think it's his dad, the first one, and then the
it
second
was-
one is his girl.
his girlfriend, and she
Yeah.
gets fucked up, and he puts a smile on his face for
Yeah.
her. And as I'm saying, like he has completely different stories, and you start to realize like that's just the Joker. He's not anything he says isn't true. Like, and I think that's what's so awesome about the Joker is like you just don't know who this guy is.
See, one of what's crazy is every time I've watched that movie, I've never seen it as him lying or him telling you his story. I just see it as like this dude has so many scars that he just has stories for all these scars.
Well, no, he talks about the exact.
Or he has multiple
No,
personalities,
the-
like he's
the mouth
schizophrenic.
That's the thing.
see,
yeah.
you know, yeah,
He
that was,
tells two stories for those exact
Oh,
scars.
the
He goes,
se-
"Do you
okay.
want to know how I got these scars?"
Yeah.
Yeah, he does that twice, and
Yeah.
it's completely different stories.
oh,
each
see, the
time.
second one where he's talking about like his girlfriend and that he chews on the glass and all that stuff.
Yeah.
See, I thought that one was like different set of scars.
No.
I remember
It
his dad
it
was
so
like
he
the
can
one.
put a
that-
smile
Yeah.
on his face.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he says, "Let's put a smile on that face," and that's what his dad does. And then when he was talking about his girlfriend, he put a smile on his face, so he's always happy too. And then she's like, "Oh, you're fucking crazy."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. See, I
Um,
don't remember him saying smile. I just remember him saying that something happened to her, so he chewed on glass
To make
and-
her happy, he put a smile on his face.
You probably
to
saw the
make her
bootleg
happy.
version of it,
Oh, I probably did.
just like Finding Dory.
That, and I've also seen a bootleg version of X-Men Origin Wolverines, and I will say the bootleg version is a lot better.
How?
How? Because like
Dude, I saw
it's
like
it's more comical.
What do you mean?
Dude, they leaked. They're talking about the leaked one with
It's so
with
bad
no
it's
special
good.
effects.
Oh, with the
Yeah,
green
see, no,
screen?
yeah,
Yes.
that's
That's the
what I
first
saw.
one I saw.
That's the first one I ever
watched the whole
saw.
movie with the green screen.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what the fuck's going on in this scene.
No, yeah, because that's when I found out about what is that website? Oh, letmewatchthis.com.
Uh-huh.
First time I ever found out, and that,
I
yeah,
don't know
like,
what that is.
like my freshman year of high school, and dude, it was Gabe who told me about letmewatch.com. So I
He was
went
typing
home.
it in while he was installing LimeWire.
Oh no, I've never
Dude,
installed
fuck
LimeWire.
LimeWire.
I've never had LimeWire other than I used to use it at my aunt's house.
I had so many viruses.
People
No,
are
yeah.
like, dude, yeah, you just download whatever. I'm like, dude, this just is like screaming malware.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not touching this.
And they released FrostWire, dude. That's even
Oh
worse.
yeah, FrostWire was even worse because it took even longer to download songs, and most of those links was either somebody's podcast, somebody talking to you in a different language.
Or porn.
Or no,
With viruses on.
no,
it.
yeah. If you download, because I remember when they had the iPod video,
Yeah.
so people would download music videos. Most of the time, it turned out to be porn if you use FrostWire.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, dude, fuck FrostWire.
I never used it all, any of it. I'm like, dude, I don't know. Like,
Oh, I always wanted to use Napster, but Napster's before my time. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, fucking Napster.
You use Napster too?
I had it as like
How?
a program when I first got my XP, like when I first got my first PC.
Yeah.
And it was on there, but I clicked on it. I was like, the fuck is Napster? I was like, oh, dude, free music. Oh, you gotta subscribe. Oh, you gotta pay. Nah, I'm good.
Yeah, because there was a whole bunch of
that's when
people
it
just
changed.
sharing music, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, no. Oh, so you didn't actually try vanilla Napster? That's what I thought you were
Yeah, I
talking
think
about.
that's how it
Yeah.
was later, wasn't it?
No, yeah,
Well,
that.
dude, I don't know. I got my PC like 2002.
Because they tried to make it legit. Like,
Yeah,
they tried to make
and it was-
Napster
That-
like a
I
legit
didn't know that.
thing.
So yeah, because
Oh,
they don't
yeah.
ask
it
me
was
to
for a
pay. So I
couple
was
years.
like,
It was like that. Like
Yeah.
he was saying, and then they just went under.
No, that's why he went legit because they were like,
Did you guys ever fuck with Rhapsody?
I
They're
was
like
thinking of
really
Rhapsody.
shitty.
I
like,
always-
I tried
always
a trial,
wanted
and then
to.
they kept
So
trying
bad.
To, like, I was like, this is horrendous.
oh, it's so bad. Their
they made it
store
look
was
so
bad.
cool.
No.
yeah, they did.
It's kind of like OnLive.
I was like, nope, iTunes
Come on.
immediately.
Dude, OnLive was like the greatest thing when I first heard it. I was like, oh, these streaming games, you gotta download them. You don't even gotta go to a
Oh,
store.
and it doesn't work, and there's input lag of
Yeah.
like 3 seconds.
Oh, fuck.
the internet
everything
wasn't
about
there
this.
yet.
Yeah, it was
It's before its time.
before Google
Yeah, it
Fiber.
was.
How Google Fiber? I wish it was everywhere.
They're trying to like, they're
Same.
like, it's becoming like cost effective to them. So they're like, we're gonna switch over to wireless.
So anyway,
See, I
guys,
didn't even know.
I got a question for you guys. Has anybody in here seen Revenant?
Nah.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Revenant.
You have.
Yeah.
You have.
The book is
Yes.
way better.
You've
All
actually read the book?
All right, dude.
Why?
So like, what
I was in
been-
jail.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
What else was I gonna do?
Yeah, I read the book. The book is way.
I read the
way
Quran
better.
twice. and then the
Okay,
Bible
so-
5 times.
I read Genesis so many. I read Genesis and Revelation so many times.
You find any,
The book was better. Fuck Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
You find any continuity errors?
I found something.
He said I found something. God, I don't even want to know. But continue, Nathan.
But anyway, I've gotten to the point to where, and a lot of it's from what my teacher for my film aesthetic analysis and analysis professors brought up is judging a film that's based on a novel and how it's completely too just like how he explained it. And I'm not gonna try to explain what he says and just butcher it, but I'm really like I've gotten to the point where after he said that I was like, dude, I just need to stop judging works based on other works.
Well, it's different when the movie completely changes everything.
I mean, but it's another depiction.
I get that.
It's like
But
like
At least it's its own like standalone work
I've
of
gotten to the
art.
point
Like
to where,
they're
like,
not
you can't
the same
judge
thing.
it over that. Just Ben Affleck's Batman is completely different than Michael Keaton's Batman. You know, completely different than Christian Bale's.
But
with
they're
Nolan.
still good. Like they're still.
I think it's a smarter approach though to not even try to follow the book if you're gonna make a movie.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Okay, but
hey,
a book
cool.
is different than a comic book series that have multiple storylines. This is a book that has a beginning and an end, and that's it. A storyline you can change around it. You can do whatever you want. It's different. You can't compare
Okay,
the
but
comic book
is
and a
the
book.
beginning and the end different?
Yeah, the ending's way different.
But then that is the artist's depiction of what he wanted to do with that story.
An adaptation.
Yes, it is a film adaptation. It is not a.
I get it's an adaptation, but at least be somewhat try to mimic the source material because it's
But it is even in that
It
Gone Girl has a completely
chill.
different.
I
ending.
read Gone Girl. I want to watch the movie. I haven't seen the movie
Okay,
yet.
completely
good.
different ending though. But
Yeah.
it is written by the same
Okay.
person who wrote the book.
Okay.
And I bet you $20 if you watched that and said I didn't like it because they changed the ending, and then I told you that
I really want to see.
hey,
that. I can watch that
the
tonight.
writer who made Gone Girl changed the ending for the movie in Gone Girl. Like that's what I'm saying. Like
Okay.
different adaptations of things, and like how he put it, I was like, wow, I need to stop judging. Like he basically said they're completely two different art forms, and to judge them because there's something that a book can do that
But I just think-
that a novel or that a movie cannot.
Okay,
do.
but the
And
book,
vice versa.
honestly,
Right.
the book to me is better because it's completely different than what you expect him to do. The whole thing is revenge, revenge, right? The way the book ends, you're like, that's it. Like, holy, it's kind of like Last of Us, how it just ends.
Dude, but that's how the movie just ends.
No, the movie, I'm not gonna spoil the movie.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you afterwards, but to me the book has a better ending just because you're like, holy shit, I did not expect this character who's been looking and searching for this one guy the entire time to do this.
Okay. I mean, I liked it.
No,
'cause,
it's a
like,
good movie. I like it too.
I think it was one of the most visually stunning movies I've
Wasn't
ever
it
seen.
like the
Absolutely.
first 4K like movie in theaters? Like wasn't it
I
filmed
mean,
completely in 4K?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was one of the
Yeah.
first. Yeah, this film.
I mean,
completely
dude,
in
it was-
4K.
It's gonna be my first 4K like movie I buy too.
Yeah, my dad has it in
Yeah.
4K. He has like the dual one, so
Yeah.
that I watched just the regular Blu-ray. But like the second he gets a 4K ready set up, I'm definitely watching
TV.
that in 4K. But dude, it has some of the most breathtaking scenes in both a like natural way and then a like a war-driven way. I mean, that first attack
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
of the Indians is
So
like,
brutal.
in all honesty, is on par with Saving Private Ryan's like breach
D-Day?
on Normandy.
Oh,
It's not
good
as
catch.
violent, I think, as it, but it is, I think, as shocking. And how it's filmed, I think, is better than Spielberg's in Saving Private Ryan, and I think that's why it is on par. It's not as
It's not as
Saving Private
it's not
Ryan.
as Hollywood. Like Saving Private Ryan is kind of Hollywood esque. Like
This is very
it's like
this is honestly
clearly a
like,
Spielberg movie.
Yes.
Whereas this is like you feel like you are there.
it's
You
like an
are
indie
in
movie
the
got
battle.
a Hollywood budget. You got a director with a very artistic director with a very large budget, which you don't really see that much. And dude, that movie is absolutely stunning. But I wanted to bring up a small topic and ask you guys what makes a masterpiece movie to you guys. Because I would honestly say this is the best movie I've seen since Nolan's Dark Knight, which was 2008. So it's been about 8 years. I think everything since then, I might have better favorite movies over this one. But as a hey, if someone asked me and said, what is the greatest artistic masterpiece you've seen in the past 10 years? I'd probably say The Revenant. I've had a couple days to dwell on it. I want to see it again just to solidify that answer, but it's kind of fresh on my mind, and then wanted to see what you guys think. Like, what makes a masterpiece to you? What are some of the masterpieces? It doesn't have to be your favorite movie, but like Saving Private Ryan, I think is a artistic masterpiece. Is it one of my favorite movies? Would I put it in my top 10 favorite movies? Probably not.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very hard movie to watch. So like
The
I'm saying, like
beginning
it's
is.
a very violent movie to watch.
I feel like
And,
once you get past D-Day, it's pretty.
Oh, it gets
okay, I
yes,
guess.
but
I
that
don't
it
know.
is a like
It's real emotional,
strong
for sure.
It's more emotional throughout the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
While the beginning of that movie is just shocking. And
Shocking,
it still
right.
is. It still is. That movie
Yeah.
is still fucking like. That is a intense scene. Like watching like what those people were going through.
Mm-hmm.
Like the dude sitting there with his guts hanging out, and he's trying to push them back.
Oh,
in.
that's in there.
And Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Yeah, and then there's the dude.
Neither have I.
With his,
Oh,
there's
really?
a
Spoiler alert.
Dude with his arm
Damn.
like got blown off.
We should
by a
just watch it
grenade.
after
Yeah.
this. You guys.
I
got
wanna
anything to
see
do?
And
it.
he's sitting there, trying to find his arm.
I just gotta
He's
be
in complete
home by
shock.
12.
He's in complete shock.
I'm
He's
not
sitting there
serious, but
standing
we should watch it
while
though at some
gunfire's
point.
going on, and he
I'm
picks
down.
up his arm. He just picks up his arm.
Okay.
And he's like, what happened? I mean, there's
That
a
sounds-
scene
that-
like,
that
you have
sounds
that dude
brutal.
calling in like strikes,
Mhm.
and he puts his head to the side, and there's a
Mhm,
big
just get
explosion,
blown up,
and then
yeah.
Tom Hanks is trying to pull him back to
His
tell him
whole
something
face is blown away.
else. Whole face is blown off. It's just like sunk in,
What
and
the
I'm like,
fuck is
oh,
this?
oh fuck, Saving Private Ryan.
Oh man.
It's one of those movies to where like it feels like stuff is crawling over me. Like I get like that. Like I feel disgusted.
And this is like
It's
In
one.
the beginning, it's
yes,
not like
but
the
it-
whole
but-
movie's like that.
Yeah,
but-
I mean there
should
are
be.
violent parts.
I mean, yeah, it's
rest
a
of
war
it-
movie, but
The sniper
I feel
into
like
the eye
I feel like everything after that though is
is more.
it's more
Spielberg.
emotional than yeah.
I mean that's still like I feel like Spielberg by the day like if he's on his deathbed and he's just like if I had one scene that I will say like I did right, it's that scene.
Mm-hmm.
Like
It's real iconic.
well, he brought
for
in
sure.
a lot of World War II vets. He wanted that scene to be as real as possible.
Oh, that's.
He
that
brought
makes
in World
sense.
War II vets to make sure that scene was as real and as depicted as
Authentic.
realistic and authentic as possible.
Yep.
And I think he did nail it. Like it's very gruesome. The grayscale is very like what they say. How that day was. It was one of the gloomiest looking days you could think of,
Mhm.
physically.
Yep.
You can also feel it in like how that look. I mean, and the Revenant does that too. With it has a lot of natural storytelling with like, when he gets hurt in the Revenant, it starts to snow and it starts to become a lot harder to survive in that wilderness. The wilderness is a lot more scarce, more violent.
Almost like it's like out to get him.
Out to get him. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of small little hints that the Revenant has, which I think makes it a masterpiece. But
No.
how
Saving
about
Private Ryan's absolutely a
you?
masterpiece.
Yeah, it's one of them. It's
I'd
definitely
probably
one of
say
them.
it's one of my favorite movies, but I don't know if I would put it in a top 10. But like
That's what I'm saying.
when I
like,
think of like
hey-
my favorite movies of all time or movies or cinema that like are masterpieces, that's definitely one of them.
yeah. How about you, Gabe?
Pass. Come back to me. Still thinking.
How about you, Luther? You
It's
got
hard.
anything?
It's hard
It's
to tell. Like I mean, because there's different ways to look at it. Like
Are we talking
one
about, like,
opposite side of the spectrum, I can say Anchorman is a masterpiece in my opinion.
That's what's gonna
And
bring
that's
up.
just like a silly, goofy comedy, but it's so well written with its humor,
Yeah.
and I think like the performances from everybody in that movie are just so good. And I don't know, it just goes down as one of the best comedy movies I've ever seen in my
'cause
life.
that's gonna bring up Fast and
Especially the
Furious.
supersized version.
I don't think
Oh,
I've
that's
seen that.
the one that they did. That's a completely different movie, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I
did
know
that
about
for
that.
Anchorman
Yeah,
too.
yeah. Oh,
I li-
did
I
they-
li- yeah, they did it for both versions.
Yeah.
But it's funny though too because for Anchorman 1, no one knew about it unless you bought the DVD.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with Anchorman 2. Like you
That's
don't get
cool.
that special supersized version, where like the jokes are either extended or some of them are just up and replaced with other jokes.
I always like Brick the best.
Oh, dude, Brick's the greatest.
When he went to his own funeral.
How did you get a trident?
Hey, where are you taking us? Oh, God.
Wasn't he eating like cigarette butts and he's saying it's a burrito? So what are you eating there? It's a 5-layer burrito. Looks like cigarette butts. Yeah, I got it from the from the trash can.
Dude, I also like the cameos in the first movie where the dude Jack Black is
Oh,
only
yeah.
there to kick the
Kick
dog.
the dog.
Or Ben Stiller. is
Oh
like
yes, the other he's
the
Mexican anchor news.
Yeah.
Vince Vaughn.
Yeah. But here, like masterpieces. Like, this is some of the like highest rated titles on on IMDb.
Mhm.
Shawshank Redemption,
Mm-hmm.
the first two Godfathers. The
Oh,
Dark
what's
Knight
Scarface?
is number 4 on IMDb's top 250.
Dang.
Schindler's List, 12 Angry Men. Have any of you guys seen that?
No.
It's a late 50s movie, but it's basically just all filmed about one court case, and it's the 12 people
I don't fuck with it.
basically trying to. Okay, so like
I don't
they're
fuck
trying
with court.
No, I don't fuck with
No, no, no,
movies made
but-
before
or
the
the
it's
law.
different like that. It's different
Judicial
like that.
system.
No, I just don't fuck with movies made before the 70s or like the 90s in general.
Yeah,
Just,
I
I don't
feel
fuck
that.
with all
I
that
feel
shit.
Dude, I really think that
Get outta here.
there's a few select movies that you should go out of your
Casablanca, fuck that.
Alien.
Alien. Yeah.
I want to see Alien.
That's masterpiece.
Alien is
sucks.
a masterpiece. I
Absolutely.
honestly would say that is the greatest.
I saw it. It doesn't. It's not good. Don't
yes,
watch
it is.
It's,
I watched
I,
that
Shut
last
up,
year.
it's
That
great.
movie
I
is
saw this like a year ago.
Also
It's
wanna-
not
Okay,
good.
but it's
2001: A Space Odyssey.
I want to see
I
that.
have
No
not
lie.
seen
Okay,
that,
but the
actually.
thing is Alien isn't the jump scare kind of stuff, nor is it a supernatural scare or anything. It is this desolate and it's
Tense
weird.
atmosphere.
Slow, prodding.
Dude, the alien is like
Super
tiny as
tense.
fuck. There's no reason to be scared of it.
Wait, what do you mean?
Dude, that thing
Are
was
you-
Because
how?
ripping
you see
people
the it's
apart.
like this big, dude.
Okay,
You
but
can be
like,
scared of something that big.
dude,
It's not.
a
It's not menacing at all.
I mean, you're totally
Looking at it wrong.
I am.
looking at that movie wrong. That
I'm-
movie was a lot different than what I
Ex-
think you're depicting what Alien is,
Dude, the only alien movies I fuck with is like Prometheus.
which I don't get because Alien is the most closest thing to the Alien movies I'd say out of every other Alien movie.
Dude, fuck with it.
It is an Alien movie though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is the
it's in the
prequel
same
to
universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the first Alien,
And it's
right?
better than Alien because there's no bullshit aliens.
But I mean, it does. It just does the same. It does the same thing though as what Nathan's talking about with Alien. It's the atmosphere. That's what the movie is about.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
atmosphere.
but you're not stuck in a fucking ship that everything looks the same. Like you're in a
Bro, you're
planet.
stuck
But
in
it's
like
not about that.
caverns.
It's not about what it looks like.
Yeah,
It is
cavern. It's
about
a planet.
It's about being, dude.
But they don't go anywhere
okay,
other than those
imagine
caverns.
this.
They go on
Imagine
another
this.
ship.
Yeah, dude, Nathan, don't even try to explain. You're just gonna
No,
waste.
but
your
Gabe's
breath.
just playing devil's advocate.
No,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
dude.
fine. It's fine. But I'm saying like why it is a masterpiece is imagine being on a ship with a alien that burst out of one of your
Boys.
boys. Yeah, one of your boys
Homies.
had a fucking alien pop out of his chest.
You guys just
And
sitting there
it
eating
grows into this,
Cheerios.
into this pretty big ass alien.
Whoa!
Okay, but listen,
Futurama did that better.
get the fuck out, and that's what they were making fun of.
Exactly, it did it better.
Okay, but it's, dude, imagine this thing almost knows that ship better than you at this point
It knows
because
the
that's
vent
what it
system.
does is it hunts, and you are the only living person on that ship in the middle of fucking nowhere in space.
Then you lock the door.
And you're like, this thing doesn't get killed by, but dude, it could just shoot acid on the door.
Well, get an acid-resisting door.
All right,
Nothing
well,
resists that.
nothing
How can you get an
resists
acid
acid.
resistance door? You said you were stuck in a ship that's already been pre-built.
Plastic resists acid,
but-
right? You get a plastic
Oh
door.
my god.
I mean, only some types of acid. though.
Well,
I've
I mean, what
seen-
type of acid does the alien shoot, Nathan?
They don't even know.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. You don't know
fair
anything.
enough. I'll give you
This
that
is
one.
a alien
I'll allow
that
that.
you've never, humans have never made contact with that we know of.
Yeah.
Of course, until Prometheus.
Honestly, I mean, that's what alien means, though.
Yeah.
It's
Oh yeah.
something you're not.
That's,
me-
what,
yeah.
I would say the first couple hours of the original, of Alien Isolation did well. That game, I think, was a little too long, and it overstayed its welcome. But like that game really made me feel like what the original Alien did, which is you're helpless when it comes to fighting this thing,
hmm
and you have to basically just escape this ship. And I think it does that extremely well.
Okay.
And I think that's Ridley, and I think it's directed exceptionally. It uses black, like the darkness, in every single scene. I think exceptionally, which I don't think a lot of movies do. Everything is very bright, you see where everything is, and I think it brings you into that darkness. It almost makes you feel like you're in this dark ship that's falling apart. Isn't supposed to stay out there that long. You have an alien and you're trying to kill you, and you're the only human alive left on it, and it's like, I'm going to just kill her. That's the only thing I want to do right now is kill her. I think it's good. It's a good movie.
Hey, main reason I like Dead Space.
I guess like with movies specifically, what criteria I look at to consider it a masterpiece is how memorable it is, or if it's a movie I go back to and watch multiple times. Because
Fight Club.
with me with films,
Oh,
I can watch
dude,
like a movie
yes.
once and be like, all right, I'm good.
That's
I don't
how
need to
watch
see that
most
ever again.
movies.
Whereas like with video games, I'll play it over and over again if I really enjoyed it, or I'll go back to it. Or with music, I'll replay albums over and over. I'll go back to my favorites and play those all the time. I'll play some like all week and then not play it for a while, and then 6 months later play it again. But with a movie, like it's only those ones that I consider masterpieces or my favorites that I go back to. So as far as
Interstellar.
like
Airbuds.
critiquing a movie to consider it a masterpiece, I don't know. It's kind of like
No.
depends on the person.
Airbud puppies.
No, that's what I want to ask you guys. Like, what do you consider a masterpiece?
Yeah.
You know,
Um,
I'm more on the more
Star
dramatic
Wars?
side. Yeah, I think Star
New
Wars,
Hope?
of course. Yeah, A New Hope. I think Empire Strikes Back is like the fucking pinnacle of movies. Not saying it doesn't have mistakes.
Mhm.
It doesn't have like dude.
Inception.
Inception's great. See, I
That
don't think it's
movie's
as
amazing.
great as I honestly think Interstellar is a better movie
Really?
Yeah.
than Inception.
Yeah.
I think Interstellar is the other masterpiece since The Dark Knight. I would say that is almost on par with Revenant. I think it might be on par with The Revenant solely because it's telling a different story. I think Christopher Nolan is a fucking genius. And I think, like, dude, look at how many amazing movies this guy has under his belt. And I don't think he's even hit 10 movies. I mean, he's a lot like Quentin Tarantino in that aspect.
Or James Cameron.
Yeah. Nah.
James Cameron.
Yeah, Avatar's a masterpiece, right, guys?
Dude, it
I
is.
don't think it
It's
is.
a great movie.
A visual masterpiece.
I'm waiting
it's
for
a
the
visual-
sequel.
It is a
like,
visual
It's
masterpiece.
a visual masterpiece, but I think the story's hollow.
We'll see how long it's a visual masterpiece, though. 'Cause
Honestly.
who knows? Maybe that CG might be like
Dude, it wasn't
outdated and
CG. That
gross
was
looking.
real.
Dude, I don't know, man. Like, that movie still is captivating, I think, from a visual aspect.
I would
but-
say now it is. I'm just saying.
But
like,
it had never...
and like
it,
2050,
it had,
if it's
no,
still
yeah.
gonna be like
2050.
But I mean, like,
visually masterpiece.
But you got to look at it. You got to look at it through that type of scope, though. It's just like A New Hope is not really visually appealing to somebody that's I have never seen this before, and they're like, "Wow, this is a visual masterpiece." Someone in 2016 isn't going to say that if they're not like looking through it through the scopes of time. Like we're
I mean, I
trying.
guess you can still watch the space combat scene of Return of the Jedi and still think that's like believable.
No, I
and
still
not
think it's
No,
and
yeah.
good.
not like think it's outdated or something
yeah, but we don't know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
because
I
they
don't
use
know if
actual
Avatar is still
props
gonna be
and
like
stuff.
that. But it's still, I mean, it's seven years old, and any movie that came out before Avatar and was 7 years old definitely didn't hold up to time. And I still think a good bit of movies that came out around the same time of Avatar still don't live up. They don't live up to anything that's CGI now.
Yeah.
But Avatar still does. Like, I've seen scenes in that still, and I'm like,
It's the greatness of
fuck,
James
dude,
Cameron.
that movie was good looking.
Always setting the bar.
Always raising the bar.
I mean, the first time he's in the woods and you're seeing like flies in the air and all that type of stuff. I mean, like, it is a believable world.
In 3D, it was incredible.
That
Oh, yeah.
movie was
Yeah.
insane
Oh,
in 3D.
My
I still
favorite
think
part
it's
was
the
when he
best movie
like
I've seen in
took his
3D.
dick and put in like the dragon's
too.
dick, and they like linked, and then
Oh
he like
yeah.
learned how to tame a dragon by fucking it.
I was-
Essentially,
You mean like the horse dragon?
I always like how
That's
they're.
actually the end of Game of Thrones. Khaleesi
Yeah,
gets
A
I hope
thing.
so.
like
Spoilers.
a little dick thing, and she sticks it into the
Into the
Into the
dragon's
dragon's-
like dick
and she
thing.
becomes one with the dragon. She becomes the last dragon.
And she says, "Together we can slay Moff."
In the actual tail of the dragon goes and
Khaleesi 2016.
Lion King's a
Yeah.
masterpiece.
I'd say that's one of the best animated movies ever.
Is that
Aladdin
is that your
was
Throwing
favorite?
out like all
Dude,
these
no,
random
honestly,
movies, but they
no.
are like
No,
legitimately
like,
masterpieces in my
Scarface
mind.
is a masterpiece.
Disney was
Yeah.
on Disney in like the 90s. Animated movies were on a fucking roll of just
No,
just
yeah.
masterpiece.
Aladdin's definitely.
Aladdin is
Little Mermaid
so
2.
fucking dude. 2?
Yeah,
No.
I've never seen the first one.
Dude, the first one's a fantastic.
I've never
movie.
seen the first one.
Especially what's it
Beauty and
called?
the Beast.
Two.
Lion
Fantastic
King
movie.
2: The Revenge of Scar.
Dude, Lion King 2.5 is great. Well, no, was it 1.5 or 2.5?
don't
I
know,
forgot which one.
man.
The
It
one
might
with
have
Timon and
been
Pumbaa. Dude, but hands
There's a
down,
Lion King 1.5 and a 2.5.
Is there a
I think
2.5?
there are probably.
Yeah, I think so.
best Disney movie of all time, Emperor's New Groove.
Oh,
I hate that movie.
no, I love that movie.
Yeah,
I
Cusco,
don't
dude.
think that
Kronk.
movie's good.
See, I like that
love
movie.
Kronk.
I wonder
but
if like if I watched it
don't
now, if I'd still think it's
like
funny.
that movie like Gabe does.
Okay.
What does
I like
that
movie
mean?
When
What
it
do you-
came out, and then I rewatched it, I was like, "This isn't funny." Get
No.
out of here.
I've
I feel
rewatched
like
it when it came
now
on
if I
Netflix.
watched it, I might not think.
Have
it's
you
funny.
seen Kronk's New Groove?
I've watched like a little bit here and there of it.
That's a phenomenal movie.
No, that is alright. It's like any other straight to DVD Disney movie where it's like if you have no emotional attachment to any of those characters, you're not gonna care.
Yeah, but Kronk
I
is
have
the
a
best
question.
character.
Has everybody seen The Shining?
Yeah,
Yes.
yes, I have.
Wait,
that is
no,
a masterpiece.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, I
a
was like, you would
masterpiece.
consider that a masterpiece.
Yes,
huh?
I
Yes.
So I need to watch Clockwork Orange before I like.
Yes.
God, yes, you need to watch
wanna watch-
Clockwork Orange.
Because it's on Netflix now too, right? Oh, or they took it off.
I,
think they
that's
took it
why I
off.
saw. I saw it on
I'll
Netflix. It
find
might
a way
be
to
on
get
there.
it.
I don't know.
Damn, I think they did take it off, and I wanted to watch it.
That's fine.
The movie's
Um,
fucked up.
Clockwork Orange.
That's why I
Yeah.
don't want to
The
watch it.
It's
Departed
really.
too.
I don't
fucked
do
up.
well with like movies that are like fucked up. Like that's
Oh.
what people describe them as.
Yeah.
Like I absolutely hate. Damn it, what's that movie?
Dead Girl.
No.
Anybody see Dead Girl?
Nope.
Dead girl. What
What's
is
the
this?
movie with like the
Is that the one with
eyeball
the-
on the cover?
The eyeball on the cover.
On the what?
The eyeball. I think I know what you're talking about. But I mean,
I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on it.
I think I know what you're talking about. But like anytime, like I've always said, anytime somebody messes with eyes,
Eyes?
that's where I
Yeah.
draw the line.
I think one of the Saws had like the needle or one of those new shitty horror movies coming out in the past couple years
Mhm.
has like the needle going to the eye. I was like, I'm not watching that.
But wait,
movie.
you played Dead Space 2. Isn't there a scene with the
Yeah.
eye?
Yeah.
Damn,
There is.
dude, this is what I was been waiting for Nathan to play the game for, to see that scene.
Oh, I'll still get fucked up over it.
Dude, that's the only time I've ever played a video game where I'm like, dude, I can't because
put the controller down.
no, yeah, because like
Cringe.
it literally the camera's far away and the needle's going,
Then it
but the
changes
closer it gets to
camera.
the eye, the closer the needle comes, and it comes to the point to where it's like you're literally at the perspective of the needle, and then you see Isaac's eye like trying to dodge the needle, and if you fuck up and don't get it right there in the pupil, it stabs right through him and it just kills him.
Oh, fuck that.
Does it get any harder on like
It's a really
higher
cool scene.
difficulties?
Or
Or is it always just
I
the
played
same
it on
difficulty?
hard, and I want to say it's not different. The only thing different is that like as soon as you get up out of the seat, like action kicks up immediately.
Yeah. I want to play that game so bad. Just
Great
I
game.
can't. Dude, I can't get past
No,
how
yeah,
scary
dude.
it is.
I agree with my boy Colin M from listening to PS I Love You. Still my favorite survival horror game of all time. Like series, Dead Space 1 and Dead Space 2.
Nope.
Don't
Same.
count the third one.
Same.
That's a trilogy. You got to.
No.
He said no.
Dead Space 3 is real bad.
Yeah.
Actually, the beginning's okay.
Yeah,
But then
dude.
once you go to the snow planet, don't play it.
Well, it's
Yeah.
just actiony. It's not survival horror anymore.
Yeah.
That's
Straight
what
up.
happens on that snow planet.
And then it puts you on like stupid bullshit fetch quests.
yeah, that's another thing that
So dumb.
that annoyed me a lot. And it sucks too because I know what you're talking about. Because I remember I saw the reviews and everybody's like,
The beginning part in space is actually like
yeah,
legitimately
it's really cool,
like
that whole intro.
classic Dead Space.
Yeah.
Bro, you know what I figured out? I think Temple of Doom might be the best Indiana Jones movie to watch.
Really?
Like,
Crystal
it is the
Skull.
most entertaining, I'd say, from beginning to end.
Crystal Skull.
It might not be the best.
I would say.
I'd say Raiders
Wouldn't
is
you
a
say
better-
Last Crusade? The third one? Is that
I
Last
still
Crusade?
think I think that is like super enjoyable
Most
because I
entertaining?
love the banter between and I love the like relationship between Sean Connery as
Junior.
Indy's- yeah, Junior. Oh, Indy. We named the dog Indy. No, but no, that is like still my favorite. But I think to just turn on, watch, and enjoy, I think Temple of Doom. I love
I'd
Dr.
agree.
Jones. Dr. Jones. Like I love that. I like the hum num shabai, Kadima, Kadima.
It's a weird movie.
The intro in the
weird.
bar too. I
Dude,
know
the
the rest
bar,
of
Yeah.
when it's spinning, you're spinning with the part,
Yeah.
the middle part of the table that's spinning, and they're putting like the jewels and stuff like that, and
I don't know.
you
There's
need
kind of
the
like
antidote, doctor.
there's
Or-
weird like downtime scenes though, like when they're
That is true.
in the palace and they're eating monkey brains. It's
Dude,
like,
I love that scene. That scene's
why are we
awesome
here?
because it's funny. It's
But no,
fun.
I know, but like I don't know.
See though, like I agree with Nathan though, because honestly, when I watched all three before Crystal Skull came out, like over a weekend, which must have been probably I was like in middle school or something, and I watched the first one and I was like, okay,
Really
this is
good.
No, yeah, I was like, this is really good, but I was like, still don't see the appeal to Indiana Jones. Just that intro scene in the restaurant, I was like, now I see the
Yeah.
appeal to Indiana Jones.
Yep. And then you have that. You have. I think the monkey brain scene is hilarious.
That's
think
why
it
I
is
like.
funny,
I think it
but-
no,
brings
yeah.
character.
But I see what you mean though.
I
It's,
think it
it's
brings
weird though.
character to the side characters. I think they do the side characters in Temple of Doom better than Raiders, better than Last Crusade. I would and to refute that, like I do think his dad is a main character.
Yeah, it's really just about that relationship.
But I think that's the thing that, like, I'd still consider the girl and I can't remember his name because I want to say Data, but that's his name in the Goonies. That what's his name?
Short Round is
Short Round. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that's his
yeah.
name. In.
Short Round. Like, but it's awesome to have a main character that is fully developed and is also a love interest. for Indy, which you don't get in the first one, I think, as much, and you definitely
Is
don't
she
get
in the third one?
No.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so he has a different girl in the third one, right?
Yeah.
See, I could have since like
And then
like
of course
I saw those
the fourth
movies.
one brings back the girl from the first one. Like I think that girl's good,
Oh,
but I
okay.
don't think the story tells. I think the pacing of Raiders is honestly the worst out of the original three.
Mm-hmm.
I think it has some of the most memorable scenes, but I think Temple of Doom has more. I think it has more memorable scenes. I think the beginning is awesome. I think the monkey brains is awesome. I think when the ceiling's coming down on short round and Indy with the spikes, and the girl is there's a bunch of nasty bugs everywhere. She has to put her hand in that nasty hole to pull the lever to get it out, and there's all these creepy critters, like disgusting looking, like 6-7 inch like insects on her. I think that's hilarious.
Speaking of disgusting bugs, The Mummy's a masterpiece.
Oh,
Okay,
Brendan Fraser's
everybody-
greatest.
Brendan Fraser, okay,
Greatest.
Okay, I say this every time to everybody. The 1999 Mummy with Brendan Fraser
So
is
good.
Hollywood movie done right. it has memorable quotes. It has I think it has a very funny, very entertaining villain.
Oh yeah.
I think Benny is a very good side villain.
Is The Rock in that one?
No, that's the
No,
second.
That's the
he's
sequel.
not. Yeah.
I love Rachel Weisz. I think she is just drop dead gorgeous. Still sexy.
Yup.
Still absolutely drop dead gorgeous in that movie. Dude, it's just fun. That is I watch that movie over and over and over and over and over again, and it's still just fun every single time. Do you like The Mummy, Luther?
See, I like the Mummy,
I mean, you don't.
but
you
that
don't
like
it as much.
see if it was on like a scale, I like the Mummy of 5. You like the Mummy of 11. So that's why anytime
Yeah.
you talk about the Mummy, I just keep my mouth shut because
Oh, dude,
I have nothing to add to your crazy
just fun,
fandom
man.
for the Mummy.
Dude, it's one of those things. Is like my family absolutely adored that movie. Like watching that in the theater was an experience. Dude, I still think it's like I love that like Universal, like it was basically like almost because it came out in '99. Basically like a turn of the century version of old 1930 and 1940 Universal films. It's like, what if we took this franchise that's 70 years old and put a 21st century twist on it, and it works. Let's make it like, because there weren't blockbusters until Jaws. Jaws was the first blockbuster movie ever, like especially summer blockbuster movie.
Still never seen Jaws.
Dude, that's a masterpiece. That movie, I think who did John Williams do the score for that?
Probably.
I think so.
See, I never watched it just because, literally, even though I have no idea what the story is, but just from all the Jaws memes and all of the bum. Wait, what's the noise? Dun dun. Because like I tried to watch that movie, and it's I don't maybe it's just because like I'm way past and everybody like literally tells you everything about Jaws, and it's the only time I've ever known about a movie and then try to watch it just because I want to see how it plays out, where I'm able to tell beat for beat what is going to go on, and I'm like, I don't want to watch
finish
this.
it, though?
Nope, because like
Do you know what happens at the end?
don't they're in I don't know if it's like a sewer or something, a tank goes in his mouth, they shoot the tank, he blows up.
Okay,
Yeah.
but you don't know what happens to every.
I know he wrecks a ship. I know. I see. That's what I'm saying. And then when he what's crazy too is like I'm seeing all these scenes and I'm like, oh okay. And like I didn't even know about wrecking the ship. I was like, oh he's about to eat the ship. Oh he's about to.
But there's
shoot.
a couple other things at the end of that story that you're not saying that I don't want to ruin.
Oh dude, you can ruin it because like honestly,
You should watch
Unless-
the movie. I honestly think you should just watch the movie for the spectacle of like, you know how like Star Wars A New Hope is basically like, dude, you know, like everybody needs to watch this movie because it's like, wow, what could they do in 1977, and look what Lucas was like. Look what Lucas did in 1977 when no other filmmaker did anything of this like caliber, especially with the budget he had.
Yeah.
I think the robotics alone are something to watch if you're on any level of a movie buff. Like I feel like that is one of the like.
see, it would be an easier sell when you're talking about like robotics and like the things if this was like Jurassic Park. If you're trying to convince me to watch Jurassic Park, but see Jaws like.
But that, I mean,
See, like I was watching the shark, and don't get me wrong, it looks good for the time, But the whole time, I was
Did you
completely
get to the ending though?
no, because like I'm watching, I'm like, dude, this shark looks fake as fuck.
Dude,
But
I think the ending's really cool. I think the ending and like especially like the explosion looks absolutely amazing. I still think it looks amazing.
see, but dude, I'm not honestly like I like movies, but not to the extent that you like movies or like your dad likes movies.
I, don't
But-
know, I just think it's cool. I think it's just something people should appreciate a little bit more because of people.
Oh no, see, I
like,
appreciate movies.
people like. I feel
but-
like people just ignore that shit because like, dude, the first time they ever made the robotics for the Jaws and they put it in the water, it sunk.
No, because it was too dense.
Yeah.
See,
Well,
like,
they-
and I know that. See, that's another thing too is that like I've watched documentaries about Jaws and still have never finished watching Jaws because I like watching the documentaries. I'm like, oh shit, dude, this dope. And then they had to like change the material just to make it flow and all this stuff.
yeah.
Luther thinks the behind the scenes is more interesting than the
No,
actual
yeah,
movie.
that's what I'm saying. No, don't get that's why
I
I've
mean,
never
I think
finished
Yeah.
it's
Jaws.
dope, but it's, yeah. I think
mean,
the movie is I think
totally
the movie
valid.
is still a good movie though.
But like,
I can never get into Jaws. I feel like every time I saw it, I was bored. I don't know why.
that's what
I
I'm
never
saying.
like
Yeah.
sat down and tried to watch it from
When was the
beginning
last
to
time you
end.
tried to watch it?
I don't know, like a long ass
Hey,
time ago.
definitely
Greg,
a
if you're
movie.
ever trying to knock back a couple of brewskis and
I was
watch
about to
Jaws, I'm down.
It is. I
Dude.
think it's an entertaining movie.
I just watched A-Team again recently with a couple brewskis. That is an entertaining as hell movie.
I'll need to
The
watch
new
that.
one or
It's so good.
Give me shit or not, dude. That movie was good.
It's so good.
Dude. In all honesty,
Everybody in that
I'm-
movie is awesome.
I'm a victim of it too. Like that, people just forgot about that movie.
Yeah.
But like, dude, that movie was good.
It's just entertaining.
Rampage
it's so,
Jackson
Yeah,
that played
Rampage
it?
Jackson was
Yeah.
Mr. T.
Hey.
It's so awesome.
and isn't no I was about to say
Liam
like
Neeson
the is the
Bradley
leader.
Cooper, like,
Bradley Cooper.
God,
Bradley
so good
Cooper's
in that
face.
and Charlton Copley.
No
Is
way.
Murdoch?
See, I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Charlton Copley was the
What a, like,
helicopter
A-list.
pilot.
Did
Literally
not remember.
A-list for the A-Team, man.
Did not remember that. And I love Charlotte Copley and everything. He's the only reason why I was able to sit through the whole thing of Hardcore Henry because I'm like, he's doing some weird shit, but I love this guy.
That movie was
It was definitely weird.
that was something.
It was weird.
I don't know if I'd consider that one a masterpiece.
Ah, no, it's
No,
not.
it's definitely not a masterpiece. It's
It's
very
not.
interesting
It's
to
different.
watch.
It's different.
It's definitely something
Very
like
different.
I think in the next year or so you should watch, and if not, don't watch it.
Yeah.
Like it has problems, but definitely if someone was like name another movie that was like Hardcore Henry, I'm like I have no idea.
Yeah.
Crank,
Not
I guess.
Even in just in like
Yeah,
how
like,
they
maybe.
okay, but not even how they depict the movie, which is in first person the whole time,
Mm.
but like just the story beats of that movie. The whole sequence with all the people.
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't-
yeah.
I don't want to ruin anything
Yeah.
else.
Yeah, I
Just
know
I still
don't
wanna
tell
see
them
it.
what type
Yeah.
of scene that is. Like
But no, yeah, that is weird.
that scene came
that is
out of
really
fucking
weird.
nowhere, and me and Luther after dinner was like, "What the fuck did we just watch for 3.5 minutes?"
Orgy?
No, like I'm telling you,
That was my guess.
That's what I thought it was gonna happen.
He
When
just
was
walked into an
introducing that
orgy?
scene.
Same. I was like, some nasty shit's about to happen. No, not nasty, just fucking weird.
Yeah.
like this whole movie has this whole tone, this completely like solidified tone, and then this scene comes up, and you're like, what? This can't be the same movie.
Yeah.
Like this has to be like some fake shit. Honestly, when we were watching it, I was like, is this fake? Like, was this like? Because my dad downloaded it, and I was like,
No, yeah, because it
is
looks
this like
weird.
like a fake version that's like someone edited, and then we're like, no,
This is the movie.
like
No, yeah, because
it's
we
weird
started
that-
it like over like twice because we thought it was a weird like rip or something that your dad had put up there.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, because we didn't think it was the movie, and then we realized, nah, this is the movie.
I will say this: the intro, like the intro scene or the
yeah, the title
the
sequence.
title sequence is fucking cool.
Yeah, it really is.
I mean, it's not as good as like James Bond sequences, but it's pretty up there on like really cool intro sequences. And I was like, dude, this movie's gonna be dope. Like, it's violent as fuck, and then it was just weird.
Yeah, really.
I got motion sick at the end. Like, I don't think he did. Did we watch?
No,
that with
see, I
anybody else?
didn't, but I told you, like, the same sequence you were talking about
I had to
is the
close
only
my
time.
eyes.
Yeah, is the only time I've ever like watched a movie other than Cloverfield where I'm like, this is
Yeah.
making me feel a little weird, and like weird.
See,
by
I
weird, I mean
started
like
getting
nausea.
a little weird, and then I started to get nauseous.
I never
Okay.
had that
I
problem with Cloverfield. I never did.
See,
I
like
don't know
in the
why.
shaky camera, I'm like, it gets me like a little bit. I'm like, I need to like kind of close my eyes for a second.
No, yeah,
to
Cloverfield hurt
readjust.
my eyes.
But straight up, I had to stop watching this movie. I had to just close my eyes
Look
and turn to
over
the
it,
side
yeah.
and wait for it to just. I was like, dude,
Things
tell
are just
me.
moving too fast.
Dude, it was it was shaky on like a horrible level.
Yeah.
Like a first person, it's like if somebody was like put mouse sensitivity as high as possible on your fucking like console, and then you
Domed,
put, and you
domed.
went, and you went and then you went in the
No
fucking
scope.
VR, and like they're the ones controlling it. Like I was like, oh my lord, I feel
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah, trying to follow all of it.
How about you, Gabe? You haven't brought any. I don't think
I
you
was
brought
gonna
any-
ask Gabe, would you consider the South Park movie a masterpiece?
A comedy masterpiece, yeah. But
I don't think it's a comedy mess. I think that was really good.
Which
but
do you
it-
like better
I don't
than-
think it.
No, my bad. It's just as soon as you talk about that movie, do you like which one do you like better, Team America or that?
Oh, good question.
Team America.
I mean, I love Team America just because how unique it is,
Yeah.
and the whole America song
it's
is
not
awesome.
as funny though.
But yeah, that's
It
the thing.
isn't
It's
as
not
funny.
as
That's
funny
what I
as
wanna
South
know.
Park. The whole appeal of like puppets, having sex is you can only laugh at it so many times.
I mean, I can
I've
only
only
laugh
seen
at
Team
so many
America, like,
times
3
with
times.
like what are the two Canadians?
Terrence and Phillip.
Yeah, they're like they're comedy skit.
The thing I like
think
about
in
the South Park
though,
movie-
like it's
Yeah.
just not as funny. I think as the. I think it like overstayed its welcome if you
Yeah.
want to repeat for repeat viewings.
It's definitely a movie you watched maybe once, twice, whatever, a year or whatever. I just like the fact that like it's almost a musical. How
It
many
is.
how many musical scores they have, and
I like
all
it.
the songs are good in my
That's
opinion.
why I like that movie so much, the South Park one, because it's like
Yeah.
a musical. In a
That's
way.
why I want to watch.
Book of Mormon.
Yeah, Book of Mormon, just because everybody says it's just like the South Park movie.
Damn, I still need to see it whenever it comes back to Fox Theater.
It was there like.
Yeah, I want to go.
Yeah, I do too.
I'm down to go.
Sweet.
All right, looks like it's a date.
Double dates.
Nerd date.
Nah, dog, this is an awkward foursome.
Okay. Okay.
We need
Awkward
4
foursome.
muffs.
Slaying.
Oh, we got 4 months right here, buddy.
Together.
Just you.
No, but, what would you consider a
just,
masterpiece,
just
though?
4 right here.
The movie I've always considered a masterpiece in my opinion has been Scarface.
Mm-hmm.
Just the fact that like to me it's 2 movies in one, because it's a really long movie.
It's a
Especially it's a
long movie.
really long movie.
I
But
don't want to sit here and bash it because they all know I'm not a big fan. But
you're not big. What's your pet peeves about it? What don't you like about it?
See, you want to hear what's crazy? Is my pet peeve is probably the same reason why Nathan doesn't like the movie at all. But see, when you bringing it up like two different movies, I would say that first half of
Yes,
Scarface
awesome.
is a masterpiece.
It's great.
And it-
Yeah.
That
I felt-
second half, when everything goes to shit,
Just
that's
drags.
where it's like it's just honestly just a movie.
Is
Yeah.
that where it's 2 movies? Is that what you're talking
Yeah,
about?
because
Okay.
it.
one amazing one and then one decent one.
Yeah, because the first movie pretty much stops when when you see the blimp going and says the world is yours. That's like the end of the first movie, because after that everything just hits the fan and it goes downhill. His best friend. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna spoil anything.
I told you no fucking kids.
Yeah, it's a good
Dude,
movie.
there's some awesome scenes, but I think it got.
It's
too much.
very memorable, and like I feel like that movie to me a masterpiece, a movie that impacts me personally.
Mhm.
That pretty much changes like the way I kind of am towards things, and that movie definitely made an impact on me, especially as a child.
I just think that,
I can
like,
see
and
that.
it sounds weird, but like, they focus too much on drugs on the second half of that
Dude.
side of the movie, and it got to the point to where he wasn't progressing as a character in
Yeah.
the second half of that movie. He stays stagnant, and I think by the end of the movie, at least for me particularly, the significance that they were trying to portray at the last part of that movie didn't have any like impact to me, because I was already like, I don't care about this character anymore, because he progressed in the first half of that story and stayed the same crazy drug dealing guy, and I'm like, dude, it's almost like my problem with like why I would say Goodfellas is a masterpiece, but
You
when
don't
he's in
think
his
Goodf-
40s,
Yeah.
and he's too that part is like twice as long as it should be. And I love Scorsese, man.
Yeah.
I love Scorsese, but he dragged that scene out too much, and I feel like Scarface has the same exact problem, to where I'm like, I just don't care. Like, you had this part of this character for 10 minutes, this part of the character for 10 minutes, this one for 20, and then drug dealer dude for 50.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you could have told so much of a better story if it was just 30 minutes shorter.
I mean, yes and no. I like the whole. You're kind of rooting for this guy in the first half of the movie, but by the second half, you're like, I fucking hate Tony.
And then it's
Tony's
just
a
drags.
fucking idiot.
That's my
Well,
problem, though.
Yeah, in some scenes I get that. Some scenes are way too, especially the parts in Colombia could have been dumbed down.
No, you see what's crazy though is
I don't
think
disagree
the
with that.
pacing is wrong with that first half of the movie.
Yes.
But when pacing, it's that second half of the movie when it's like Nathan says, is that he's established as a character, and he goes nowhere.
Yeah,
as
that's
that
what I'm saying.
character.
He goes nowhere for half of a movie, and then by the time he does have that crazy scene at the end, you don't care anymore. You know why? 'Cause you've been watching the same crazy dude talk, like the whole bath scene where he's talking to his wife like a bitch. How many times did he have to slap the shit out of her for me to get in my head that he's a shitty husband?
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm saying. That happens in Casino with Joe Pesci and Robert De Niro. How many times he beats his wife or something like that? I'm like, I get it. He's an abusive husband.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to see his wife come to him 3-4 times in a movie and go, "You're tearing the family apart. You're losing control." Da 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 da. And that happens in both of those movies too much. Happens with a lot of like drug dealing movies or cartel movies or like.
Happened in Goodfellas.
That's what I'm saying.
The scene.
Oh my Lord,
I honestly think
that
the
end of that
funniest
movie.
scene in that movie is she has the gun to him in bed.
Yeah.
And he gets on top of her, gets a gun on her, starts yelling at her, and then she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'll take you back."
Yeah. Dude, just fucked up. You're like, what a weird world that I have no idea how that is. That's the only reason why I don't want to say that Scarface is a bad movie.
Mm-hmm.
But it does have issues, I think, in my particular.
Scarface is the only movie that actually got me like kind of writing a movie script because I've told Luther about this Scarface Origins. I started this and
But it was a really bad.
you've
script.
never read it. I've never shown anybody.
You've never I've never read it, and because one here what's crazy too is you've offered to have me take a
Dude,
peek
you're
at it.
his friend. You're not supposed to like look
I
like
have-
barely glance at his script and be like, "Nah, this is
No.
shit, man."
I
You
have
should
offered
just
to
kill
let him read
yourself."
the
Yes,
script.
He's let me, but
God.
and you want to hear what's crazy is I was like, I'm down. Can you tell me like a little bit of what it's about? He told me a little bit of what it's about, and I was like, fuck it, I don't want to listen.
Dude, no,
Because
I was
literally
joking.
telling like he was literally telling me the worst thing. Like I didn't even care about like why would that be? Why would you make a movie out of that?
It's not, that's one scene.
He was going
that
somewhere.
was one scene. I gave you a glimpse of it, a tease of Scarface Origins.
You wanted me to watch a movie.
Hey,
where they
listeners, if you
explain-
want to hear the rest of Scarface Origins, go back our Kickstarter at kickstarter.com/together we can eat muff.
That's going to be the slogan for the movie. That's what he wants to do. He wants to eat as much muff as he can before he dies in 24 hours.
It's the URL.
That's Scarface Origins.
But you know why I think Scarface Origins wouldn't work?
Why?
Because of Carlito's Way 2.
I've never seen Carlito's Way 2.
That's why Scarface.
Wait, they did a second Carlito's Way?
Yeah. Carlito's Way, I think, is like Rise to Power or something like that.
Oh,
Where
that's
it's
weird.
honestly, it's literally. You want to hear what's crazy? Is Gabe told me about his script, and literally in that same week, I watched Carlito's Way 2, and I was like, damn, dude.
It's a bad idea.
Yeah, I was like, wow. I kind of wish Carlito's Way, in general, both those movies were not a thing now. Because Carlito's Way 2 just shit on Carlito's Way 1.
Okay,
and I
but
don't
see,
even
you're a big
care.
Al Pacino fan?
Yeah, I love Al
So you're
Pacino.
big, okay.
Seen Serpico?
Oh, I love Serpico.
Have you seen part 1 and 2 of Godfather? Yep, that's Al Pacino's best.
This is okay.
You want to talk about masterpiece scenes? Have you guys have you two?
No,
ever
I've never
seen-
Dude, you
I've not
talked about
seen
Scarface
Godfather,
being
no.
long. Godfather's way longer.
Okay, but there are 2 parts of that movie,
Yeah.
and guess what? Both parts tell a story from beginning to end in part 2. Also, you have Robert De Niro playing young.
Not Corleone. What's his name?
Don Corleone.
Yeah, I think it might be Don.
Yeah,
Corleone.
which is Marlon Brando in the first one. You
Yeah.
come to me on my
Oh, yeah,
on
yeah,
my
yeah.
daughter's wedding day. That guy. He plays his origin story in Godfather Part 2. So both parts have 2 stories going on at the same time, but there's 2 parts to each story. It is very much like a play, I'd say. A lot of times,
Word, that kind of makes me want to see this now.
There's a definite like midpoint to where you're like, it actually like in the movie says intermission. But they are long movies, but they
I
are.
remember when Netflix had, it was just called The Godfather.
It was like 400 something minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, they put all the 3 movies in one.
See, I need to
Yeah.
watch part
Oh,
3.
dude, fuck
But, like,
that.
Okay, part 2.
That's why I never
is-
watched
I
it.
think part 2 is Al Pacino's best movie I've ever seen him in.
It's a good movie.
Dude,
I'd still say Scarface is a better
Okay,
movie.
No. Watch. Have you seen it?
Yes.
I could have sworn he just said he didn't see.
No, I was like,
Godfather Part
Because he knew what you were going to
because I knew what you were gonna
2.
say.
Okay, but you've seen part 1.
Yes.
You've seen part 1.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've seen the scene where he gets the gun out of the back of the toilet
Mhm.
in the Italian
Did you
restaurant.
see the scene where he whacked a guy?
Yeah, that's what it was. That is
I feel like that's the whole movie.
No,
I'm messing.
He's not. Well, Al Pacino's not part of the mafia. until that part.
Okay.
So
See, I really like Al Pacino. I think I haven't seen any Godfathers, but my favorite movie I've ever seen Al Pacino in is Carlito's Way. Going back to Carlito's Way.
I didn't see it. I just haven't seen it. I think I love mob movies. I think.
What's
I
that
think
movie
that's
him
some
and
of
De
the
Niro
best
did
stories.
like in 20?
That's another one. That's what I want to see because I heard that is
Casino?
both.
No, not Casino.
It's called Heat.
Recent one.
It's called Heat.
Yeah.
Oh, Heat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the one I need to see too.
No, yeah, because I
Yep.
heard those. Two
I haven't
like,
seen that.
That's like one of Al Pacino's
Yeah, my
best
dad.
works.
My dad says those. But yeah,
Have any of y'all ever seen The Devil's Double?
Nah.
No.
Do yourself a favor and watch The Devil's Double.
Okay.
Wait,
Shrooms
hold on,
Shrooms
hold on.
put me on this
No,
movie
yeah, this
years
is that
ago.
one movie that was on Netflix all the time. They kept promoting. It's the one where it's like an Afghani version of Scarface.
No, it's what's the name?
yeah, I saw
Saddam
a
Hussein's
trailer.
son. Oh, sorry.
Just so it doesn't
I saw a
get-
trailer for that.
Yeah,
No,
what
yeah.
is it? Uday or Kuse, whatever the Saddam's whatever. Like his son, right, wants like a body double, so he can take all the shit for whatever he does, right? Dude, that movie's insane. Like it's Scarface, like on another level.
Oh, okay.
Dude, yeah, Shrooms put me on this years ago. Never looked back. Watched.
See, I watched like the first like 5 minutes of that movie. It felt too much like an indie, like because that was back in the day where like Netflix, it was either you see like an old movie or you watch like some weird indie movie that turns into a porno, and that's why
Dead Girl.
No, yeah, that's why I never
You guys need
watched
to watch Dead
Devil
Girl.
Double.
Is that
Alright.
that girl the one with the girl who can like she's talking to her mom and like after she's
No.
dead?
No,
That
Dead
was
Girl
Dead Girl.
is these two guys skip school one day, and they go in this abandoned hospital that's in the neighborhood. And they go in the basement of this, and they find this girl strapped to a furnace, and she looks dead, but they realize she's alive, and they're like, "What? What the fuck?" But she looks creepy and all that type of stuff. She looks like she is dead, like her body is going like
Oh, like already
is
decaying?
rotting.
Yeah.
Her body is rotting.
And she's still alive.
But she's still alive, and she's acting vicious. She can't speak any languages or something like that, and
Oh, wow.
they
So
don't
she-
know what to do.
She's already gone primal.
Yeah, so
Feral.
they kind of just keep a secret.
Oh, yeah, that's what I meant.
They
Yeah.
kind of keep a secret, and then one of the dudes starts using her as like a fuck toy and starts going crazy and starts like putting her on this like pedestal, but like just keeps her in there and fucks her.
Wow.
But she doesn't have
That's
any emotion to it
disgusting.
or anything.
Dude, that's
and,
fucked up.
And then the ending's fucking crazy, dude.
That's what's in the
She probably
Serbian
kills
film.
them all.
But like the story is it's basically the main character is the other kid, and he's crazy too, but in a completely different way. He's obsessive over this other girl, and that he's going to high school with, and it has this like double story of like this romantic. He's trying to be romantic to this girl, but she has no feelings toward him like
Mhm.
that, and then him trying to deal with this fucking crazy friend that's like.
Fucking this
a
dead
half
girl.
dead girl.
But then like, dude, there's some other things that happen.
Dead girl. I gotta check this out.
There's some other shit that happens. You're like, what the?
Nope.
I'm good.
I'm
Yeah,
good.
I'm
I'll
I'm gonna
pass.
check it out. Can I want to watch this?
Fuck?
I like fucked up movies. I really
yeah,
do.
It's not as like fucked up as Human Centipede or anything, but it's
Human
I think
Centipede
it's,
is not that fucked
It's
up.
not really. No.
Yeah,
No.
I mean,
That
it's just more
sounds
like-
way more fucked
Have
up.
you ever seen the third one?
No,
No.
But
Dude,
no,
it-
third
the
one
third
sounds
one-
like a joke.
No, the third one is a joke. It brings back the first two characters from the first and second movie as the main characters for the third movie.
that's stupid.
It knows it's shitty and it knows people like it. And so like fuck it, we'll give you another one. And
Because
stupid.
it's like a prison warden who's doing it
yeah,
this time, right?
yeah, it's the stupidest fucking thing.
No, yeah, because I mean, I thought the second one was stupid already. Where
I
they're
didn't
like,
watch it. I saw the first one. I was
I
like,
thought the
no,
first one was
there's no-
stupid.
I was like, there's no
The
more
first
story
time I
to tell
saw
here.
it.
Yeah.
oh no, see, I was chilling with some people and saying, hey, dude, if anybody,
We saw
any
the
movie
first-
that somebody goes, hey man, you want to watch this to a couple beers? Hell yeah, dude, we're about to watch
I'm
this.
in.
Yeah, so that's what we did with Human Centipede 2. And the guy's like, yeah, man, I'll just rent it on demand and all that stuff. I was like,
Someone
not my
paid
money.
to see that movie.
Dude, and not even money. It was like $8. Because this is when Human
Not
Centipede
even
2
money, $8.
Dude, I think we saw it together. It was at Jemmy's house. Jemmy paid for this.
No, we didn't.
Dude, well, I saw it at Jemmy's house then.
Yeah, you must have seen it.
I saw it
James.
with
I
Gabe.
didn't.
Yeah, because me and Gabe were drinking beer, and I guess Jemmy paid for it.
I can't believe Jimmy.
$8.
Damn,
that
bitch-
$8.
that bitch would do anything.
$8.
You see nowadays on like
And that was like
Amazon.
2010 money.
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, that's kind of the same.
I was about to say nothing's really changed. That's all I got to say about masterpieces.
I mean, yeah.
Serbian
we can,
film is a masterpiece.
No.
on that note, we can wrap this bitch up. You guys can find us on Facebook / Nerd Outlet, at YouTube. I mean, not at YouTube, but YouTube.
At YouTube.
We got
YouTube
that.
Nerd Outlet.
The YouTubes.
Instagram at Nerd Outlet.
Costs a lot
Twitter
of
at
money.
Nerd Outlet.
We'll be at Casablanca in Colorado this week, so check us out.
I don't know where that is.
Never mind. Just ignore that.
Yeah, we'll,
Never
we'll
mind. I think we
totally
hit
be
the
there.
Yeah. Just if nobody knows, okay, continue.
But I mean, hey, other than that though, this is your boy Luther signing out, and with the homies Gabe, Greg, and Nathan.
Peace.
Muff it out. And muff it in.